Hello everyone, I'm Yang Xiaochen, a Huawei engineer. Today, I'm going to introduce the heterogeneous network management function provided by Huawei's data center network controller, iMaster NCE Fabric. As cloudification ramps up, a growing number of enterprises employ more than one data center. In the real world, different enterprises use different vendors and architectures to build their own data center networks. The network model varies greatly depending on the cloud and vendor. Typically, a vendor's network controller can manage only its own devices. This, however, poses many challenges to operations and maintenance of enterprise data center networks. To address these challenges, Huawei's iMaster NCE Fabric uses Agile Open Container, or AOC for short. AOC is an open programmability platform that implements unified management and flexible orchestration of multi-cloud and multi-vendor heterogeneous networks. Let's use a third-party switch and F5 load balancer as examples to describe how to manage third-party network devices through iMaster NCE Fabric. First, we need to add a third-party switch and F5 load balancer to iMaster NCE Fabric. Then, let's see how to use iMaster NCE Fabric to configure a VLAN on an interface of the third-party switch. First, create a runbook workflow on the controller so as to configure a VLAN on an interface. Then, orchestrate and publish the runbook workflow. After the runbook workflow is published, select it in the runbook list and click Provision. Set parameters such as the interface and VLAN and click OK to perform a dry run on the workflow. After the dry run is successful, click Immediate Release to provision the workflow. After the runbook workflow is provisioned, log in to the third-party switch. We can see that the VLAN is successfully configured on the interface. Now, let's see how to use iMaster NCE Fabric to configure VLAN on an F5 load balancer. Similarly, create a runbook workflow on the controller so as to configure a VLAN on the F5 load balancer. Then, orchestrate and publish the runbook workflow. After the runbook workflow is published, select it in the runbook list and click Provision. Set parameters such as the VLAN and click OK to perform a dry run on the workflow. After the dry run is successful, click Immediate Release to provision the workflow. After the runbook workflow is provisioned, log into F5 load balancer. We can see that the VLAN is successfully created on the F5 load balancer. From this demonstration, we can see that iMaster NCE Fabric can centrally manage network devices from multiple vendors through AOC. Okay, that's all for this episode of Test It, Believe It. Thank you.